We are at Cumberland Island National Seashore. Labor Day weekend, so quite a lot of people here. But it is a pretty weekend after Hurricane Idalia came through, so we're lucky the island is open. We're going to take this little boat here and go backpacking up to the north part of the island, camp out up there, and then hike back and come back tomorrow. So just a quick overnight on the island. It's breezy, humidity's low, which is nice, so it should be a fun adventure. We're on the ferry and we're heading over to the island. It's a little windy. I'm gonna come over here. Okay, now less wind. There's a lot of people on this boat. About a 45-minute boat ride over to the island from St. Mary's. It's a nice little boat ride. We're looking for dolphins. Haven't seen any yet. Say hi, Kat. And we are almost here. We made it to the island. We have to go turn in our permits. So we came in from Sea Camp. That way goes to Sea Camp campground and the beach. This is parallel trail, which we were going to take all the way to Yankee Campground, which is our campsite. But we are going to keep going past that to the northern part of the island. Our campsite is about 7 miles. And since how we have an early ferry departure tomorrow, we didn't want to get up too early. The campsite that's about 10 and a half miles is where we're going to go to see, but then go back down to our campsite. So we're looking at about 13 or so miles. But then to the west side of the island, just found out there's potable water, which I didn't even know about. So we'll probably refill our water there, which will give us another mile or so. And then if we want to go to the beach, that'll be extra. So I'm not sure how many miles we'll end up with today, but we have nothing else going on. We got off trail to come see the beach. And since Hurricane Idalia has passed a couple days ago, we've had some northeast winds. So it's kicked the ocean up a bit. But these winds have kept it a little bit cooler. So the high is only going to be like 87, which is wonderful. These big oak trees are amazing. We're 2.5 miles in, and that's with our little side step to the beach. I already ate my first snack, a little granola bar at Bob's oatmeal bite. It was delicious. Hey, little fella. Just blowing in the wind. Having a peaceful day? How's your Labor Day going? Hope nobody bothers you.
Besides us.
We've come to some swampland. Feels like Florida. I mean, we are close enough. Come here, little creature. Come here. Oh, can you see him? Do you see him? Do you see him? There he goes.
Poor things.
I don't know if you saw him or not, but he's a ginormous red and black bug. So of course we make a wrong turn. I made a wrong turn. Let me be very specific about that. Because the parallel trail does split off at Hickory campsite. But I was so worried about giving some people camping at Hickory wrong information and felt really bad that I didn't realize that the trail split. But since we're doing extra, we decided to just stick with this. And now we're on the western side of the island on the service road, dirt road. And we're gonna head up to the north part of the island at, I think, Brick Hill Bluff campsite, which is the campsite 10 miles up on the island, and then head back to our campsite at Yankee, which is kind of in the middle of the island. Right now we're at mile 7, so about 3 more miles to get to that campsite. We're at mile 8. Hawk.
Yeah, it just flew back that way.
Just another beautiful Georgia day. We stopped for lunch at Plum Orchid, and this is really cute. There's actually potable water here and bathrooms, which I didn't even know about, so that's kind of a bonus. And picnic tables. It's really pretty. We're right along the water over here. Someone else having lunch. And so today lunch is going to be a tuna packet and a wrap, and show you the app I'm using. I'm using Gaia because, well, Carl told me to. And I've never used Gaia before, so you would think that I wouldn't have made a wrong turn. But at Hickory, you can see here, you can see at Hickory apparently we were supposed to go that way, and we went that way, and our campsite's up here, but we're over here. We're gonna keep heading north. Maybe we'll head east and then north and then back down to our campsite here. So a few more miles, maybe 5. We're at mile 8.5, so maybe 5 more miles. But even though it's a little cooler, I want to show y'all something really, really gross. So I'm sitting here on this park bench and I'm sweating so much. See how wet this is? That's my sweat. I'm like soaking wet in sweat. So I'm going to take a salt tablet too. So one of the things that Cumberland Island is known for is the wild horses all over the island. And I was hoping we'd get to see some. There's 3. There's 1 and 2, and then there's a 3rd one back there. I don't know if you can see him. He's kind of hidden a little bit in the shade. I don't know how many are on the island. I'll see if I can find out from someone. But I've been here a few times before and I've always seen them, so enough to always see. He's not minding me one bit. We made it to the north part of the island, Brick Hill Bluff Campground. This is not where we're camping. We wanted to camp here, but because it's such a long hike and we have a 10:15 ferry to catch in the morning, we wanted something a little closer for tomorrow, but wanted to get the miles in. So right now I'm at mile 13, and this campsite is supposed to be the prettiest because it's on the water and it looks pretty. So kind of bummed, but the only option on Sunday is either a 10:15 ferry or like a 4:45. And, you know, I gotta get home. I got a kid to feed, programs to write. But this is it. There's some people already here, over there. There's some water to filter. Going to be a great sunset spot, that's for sure. So we are on a less traveled trail now, and it's got some obstacles and some spider webs, which I am hungry. I wasn't planning on eating crunchy spiders, but this is like King's Trail or something. We're heading back. We decided to go back to Plum's Orchid for dinner because they have potable water and park benches, and we can watch the sunset on the river. That was Kat's idea. She has a good idea every now and then. It's the only reason I bring her along. Although this trail is a little bit more adventurous. So we should be back there in 2 miles or less. Hopefully less, because I'm almost at 16. See, this is why we took the less traveled trail right there. We're doing some major bushwhacking. I don't know that anyone has hiked this trail ever, especially a couple days after a hurricane. Little armadillo. I'm gonna try and get closer, but I can't be quiet because there's leaves. But these guys are dumb. If you're not familiar with armadillos, they have very small brains. All right, I'll leave him alone. We are at 17.5 miles, 6 hours, and my feet hurt. It's like, my brain is like, 14, 15, 16 miles, fine, whatever, no big deal. But then my body laughs and says, you're a moron. You've only trained like 3 miles. So, long day, but lots of wildlife. We also saw turkeys, but they ran from us. Lots of cool spiders and a deer. And then, of course, the horses and armadillo. Still have about half a mile to Plum Orchid for dinner, and then another 3/4 of a mile to camp. We made it back to Plum Orchid, like mile 19. And we still have, I don't know, a little less than a mile to camp. But we're gonna have dinner here because we have a picnic table, and we have a great view, and we have potable water. So I'm having a Mexican quinoa bowl by Good to Go, and I like them because they're funny. If you read the instructions, it tells you to remove the oxygen absorber, add some water, stir, refill, hang out for 15 minutes, and think about how big the universe is. Open, stir again, eat, smile. So that is exactly what I'm going to do, step by step. So what are you going to have for dinner?
Gonna smoke a little something?
I don't mind if I do. You having some mac and cheese?
I'm having some green chili mac and cheese from Farm to Summit.
That is like twice the amount of calories as mine.
Sucks to be you.
It really does. But I heard you have a present for me, so.
Not until we get back to the car.
You didn't carry it with you?
No.
Oh, I gotta wait till tomorrow to have Pringles. So sad. All right, we are here with the National Park Ranger, Michelle.
Yes.
Hi, Michelle. So while our dinner is cooking here, we met you and wanted to find out how many horses are on the island.
Right. So we count our horses every other year, and so we're due in January. We've been very consistent for about 8 years at 120 to 150. So we compare our notes and make sure we don't double count horses, but we have to have that range of error just in case we miss horses or we double count them.
And is there any part of the island that they tend to like more, or?
So the areas that they love is where there is imported fancy bougie grass. So that's where there's the largest states like this. This is all imported grass that's not native to the island. So they love this grass here. They love the grass at Dungeness also.
I've seen them there.
They spend lots of time at Dungeness, and then near the Ice House dock, there's big fancy grass there too for them. That's what they love.
Okay. And so you don't see them on the north end of the island as much?
I don't make it to the north end very often. I'm usually posted down south. There isn't much imported grass up north. It's more natural because it's all in the wilderness area. There is some private estates that are up there.
How do vehicles get on the island?
So there is a barge that residents only can use to bring vehicles. You need a special permit that only residents can get to drive on the vehicle.
How many residents are on this island?
So don't know how many for sure because it's mostly their vacation homes. So there's a private barge that can bring them out here, and they have special permits to drive on the island because they had that right before the Park Service came in. So as far as the number of people, as far as residents, we don't know how many at any given time. Mostly vacation homes. There's not that many residents who live here full time. So we never know really who's here, and a lot of the places are family owned, and so they share a place and kind of do like a timeshare kind of thing. So they come and go throughout the year. There's a few people who do live here permanently though, or full time, such as the proprietors who run the Grayfield Inn, which is a line of the Carnegie family.
Right, right. And how big is the island?
The island is 36,000 acres. Larger than Manhattan by about 1/3 larger than Manhattan.
Oh, wow.
Very large. The map that we have, it's very deceiving because it's long and skinny.
Right.
It's about 18 miles long. The widest is near here, about 3 miles. The skinniest is 0.65 miles wide, and that's further down south. So it's very deceiving. People think this island is tiny. It's not. It's
And if you want
giant.
to kayak to the island from St. Mary's, how far of a kayak?
I do not know how far it is for that. I have not done that. We recommend, and it is listed on our website, people going from Crooked River State Park,
Right.
Especially if they want to camp here. And there's an easy parking area for kayaks at Brick Hill Bluff.
Okay.
Is an easy off area for kayaks to go.
We saw that.
Of course,
yeah.
but you have to pre-arrange your
Right.
camping in advance to go to Brick Hill Bluff.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Michelle.
You bet.
I'm glad I planned to do this on a pretty day. We made it. Yankee Paradise. Just hit 20 miles. Saw 3 more armadillos, 1 more horse, and mosquitoes. Oh, looks like somebody's here. So, find a spot and probably get away from the mosquitoes. Our matchy tents.
You got your food back out, or you want to use mine?
So we got neighbors, and if you hike straight to this campsite, it's about 7.5 miles, and they have like a cooler. So I mean, they got like beer. I don't know how loud it's going to get tonight. I don't know why. Every time I camp somewhere, no matter how far in the middle of nowhere it is, it's loud. There's people everywhere. Thinking this would be quiet and peaceful, but they have beer. So now we're going to go and try and hang food, which is always the favorite part for the short girl. Seen a raccoon yet either.
Wow.
Don't hit me in the head. Here we go. Can she make it? See if she is going to impress Rachel or not.
I was not a college basketball player.
This is why you bring tall people along camping with you. There. All right. Bear bag is hung. Not high. I mean, I can reach it, but hopefully raccoons can't. I think I'm taking my rain fly off because it's 1,000,000 degrees in there. And even though we have neighbors, I can't breathe. It's really hot. It's like very sticky, no air hot. This is probably the hottest I've ever camped. Oh, but there's fireflies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Let me see if I'm gonna turn the light out. Oh, I don't know if you can see them. I haven't seen fireflies in a couple years. Well, that's about it for tonight. I'm gonna watch the fireflies and hope to sleep. Good morning. It's like 6 a.m. Drinking my coffee. Sitting in my chair. Trying to be quiet because we have neighbors that are sleeping and they were not up loud. So I don't want to wake them up. But I'm making some oatmeal. It's got some peanut butter, unsweetened coconut, some nuts and raisins that I made. So that is cooking, and I'm gonna chill here till 7 o'clock and head out because we have a boat to catch, 10:15, and it's about 7 miles. But we heard that there is a huge tree down on the trail that's impassable, so we have to go around, and that may add another mile. So I don't know. I mean, yesterday I didn't know how many miles we were going to do, and we ended up 20, so hopefully we can get there by 10 a.m. But I'm gonna drink, and my tent is still up, sort of. Didn't use my quilt, didn't use my rainfly, which was the first time I've never used my rainfly. And I woke up in the middle of the night, was like, what is that light? It was the moon. The moon is back there. I don't know if you can see it. It's a full moon. It's kind of pretty. And one of our neighbors woke up screaming. And I had a dream that we had to call 911. Other than that, uneventful night. We came across some horse poop. And there's dung beetles moving the poop. There's another guy over here. He's like, I got me a good one.
They're
I'm working
very pretty
hard.
to have like orange on them, and green, yellow, fluorescence. That is hilarious.
He's working hard in the sand. I almost want to help him out, but I ain't touching it. This is a massive oak tree. Good morning. Good morning, guys. Oh, no, no, no. I don't want to scare you. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to leave them alone. They're eating breakfast.
Hey, baby.
turkeys. It's about 5 turkeys. I don't know if you'll be able to see them because they just walked off the trail. Turkeys. Do you see the turkeys? Turkeys. 4 of them.
Y'all have a good hike.
Hey,
Yeah.
see you at the dock.
Yeah.
Back on the ferry, heading to mainland. We did 8 miles this morning. Plenty of time to get on the boat. Already saw some dolphins. So, how was it? What do you think?
It was good. It was much better than the Florida trail hike.
I mean, if we have to compare it to something.
I don't think I'll have stress dreams about it. No, it was good. If it wasn't for the little itty bitty ticks and it being rather warm at night with no breeze.
Warm.
Yeah.
Anything?
But it was nice. We saw a lot of cool stuff. So.
Oh, dolphins. I don't think you'll be able to see them on the GoPro.
Look, a squirrel.
Would you change anything on how you packed?
I don't really think I still need my chair. It was nice this morning.
Yeah,
but
I only used my chair this morning because I carried it, and the plan was to have more time last night to have the chair, but we didn't.
But there were a ton of spiders on the ground this morning. So.
There were a lot of bugs, so I was fine with the chair. I honestly was more, I don't know what that is. What kind of bird is it? And so didn't use the quilt. So that was the one thing. Had I thought it